Well, my name is Eduardo Brastic, and I'm from Mexico. I'm from a very small town called Jicotencal. That's where I grew up. I'm the oldest one. I have 3 younger sisters. And at the age of 18, I moved to Mexico City because I wanted to pursue a dream. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a singer. So I started singing in a boy band for 3.5 years, traveling all over Latin America. And right after that, I started doing soap operas in Mexico. We call them telenovelas over there. And if you want to make a living as an actor in Mexico, we don't have so many options like here in America. Over there, you either do soap operas or soap operas. So that's what I did for almost 3.5 years. Then I moved to Miami, the capital of Latin America, and actually the capital of Latino music. So I moved there to record my first solo album in Spanish, and I lived there for 2 years. And making a story short, one day I moved to Los Angeles, and I met a guy who happens to be the VP of casting for 20th Century Fox. He invited me to do this audition for this film that he was working, and I told him I don't speak English. I mean, I knew how to count 1 to 10, and, you know, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and things like that, but that was it. But then he said, why don't you just memorize the 5 pages of the audition and give it a try? And so that's what I did, and after the audition, I got the part, moved to LA, immersed myself in the language, and allow myself to speak Spanish with anybody so I can force myself to start thinking English. And so now I've only been speaking English for a few years, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, because sometimes I don't even understand myself. But anyway, so right after I finished that film, that's when I realized many things in my life. First of all, I realized how empty I was. I realized that something was missing in my life. I was lost. I was confused. I realized that the reasons why I wanted to be an actor when I was 18 were very superficial reasons. Everything was the fame, the money, pleasure, success, etc. Until one day I just realized that I was using my talents in a very selfish way. And at the same time, I realized that Latinos since the 40s until today, we have been stereotyped in a very negative way in the media. Always the bandido, the criminal, the thief, the liar, what else? Pandillero. And if you're good looking, then you are the Don Juan, Latin lover, Casanova, womanizer, liar. And very few times you see, and it's very sad because I was fitting that path. I was, in a way, you know, just being involved in projects that were fitting that negative stereotype. And I realized that very few times you see Latinos having the opportunity of being heroes. And I'm not talking about the heroes like Superman or Spider-Man. I'm talking about the everyday hero, the real hero. A man that is willing to sacrifice everything to help his wife, his children, his friends, his family. A man of integrity. A man that is honest and loyal and faithful to his wife. A real man, a real hero. Women as well. More often, we see women being stereotyped as an object, reduced as an object, sex symbols. And when I see my family and I see my 3 younger sisters, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, my cousins, they are not objects. They're the heart of the family. They're full of wisdom. They're smart. They're beautiful. So that's when I got this conviction of, from that day on, I will never going to use my talents again to do anything that will offend my Latino community. Deeper than that, anything that will compromise my values, anything that will offend just family in general. Because at the end of the day, you know, deeper than labels or races or, you know, differences, we are all equal in dignity, and we're all brothers and sisters. And that's when... So that's when I realized that as an actor, you don't have the power to control the message of the film, because you have to submit yourself to the script, you know, to the studio. Everything's already made. And if you want to have that power, you need to become a producer. So that's when the dream started. You know what? Then I have to be a producer. And that's when I met Alejandro Monteverde. You know, we're from the same town in Mexico, and one day I was in Mexico talking to his brother, because when we were teenagers, his older brother was my best friend. And when I told him about all the things that I wanted to do, he told me, you have to meet my brother, Alejandro, remember him. And of course, I remember him. Well, he just graduated from the University of Austin, Texas. And he wants to do exactly the same thing. You guys need to meet. So we reconnect. He moved to Los Angeles, and we started this company with Leo Severino in my house, in a little sofa, little table, and with a cell phone, and with a big dream, but we had no money. And we had no experience. And we were you know, first-time producers, first-time everything. We're students, and we're just dreaming and had all the faith and everything that, okay, this is what we're going to do. And it took us like almost 3.5 years just, you know, chasing the dream and putting things together. And Alejandro went to Lake Tahoe, to the mountains. He wrote the script over there. He came back. He showed me the script. And next thing you know, we met Sean Wolfington in Los Angeles. And that first day, it was this chemistry that we didn't know if we were going to work together. We didn't know what was going to happen, but what we knew is that we met a friend right there, a brother, and something good was going to come out of that friendship. Next thing you know, a week later, he called us from Philadelphia and he said, you guys, you need to fly to Philadelphia because you need to meet my uncle Eustace. So next thing you know, the three amigos were flying to Philadelphia, and when we entered that room, I remember, wow, this is amazing. You have to understand these three guys for almost 3.5 years, not working. We didn't have even money to pay the rent for the next month because we decided that we'll never compromise. So the price of that was that every single offer that we were receiving was exactly the same negative stereotype. So we had to turn down everything to the point that we knew maybe that the price of that was going to be that Alejandro and Leo and I were never going to be able to work again in this career because it was so hard. And next thing you know, we're here with Eustace, and I'm completely intimidated when I see, these wise men and just talking, and just was looking at him. I was just with my mouth open, just all the things that he has accomplished in his life. And after 2 hours, as he said before, we shake hands and we became business partners right there. And it's been amazing because without them, we wouldn't be here. And I just want to thank Eustace and Sean because not only they financed the film and financed the entire company, but the wisdom of Eustace Wolfington and Sean made it happen because Sean not only invested in the film, but he's running the company, he's running the marketing, he's running the distribution, he's running the whole thing. I'm just learning so much because this man, at the age, how do you say that in English before, 23, he started 2 companies from zero and sold those 2 companies for almost $500 million. For me, it was an honor to work with 2 people that were not only people of integrity, people with an amazing heart, so noble, so sincere, but so wise in the business, and we didn't have the experience. So I just want to thank Eustace and Sean for your wisdom and for everything you have done, because without you two, we wouldn't be here showing you guys Bella in Philadelphia. So thank you, Philadelphia, for this amazing opportunity. And of course, the entire Wolfington family, Alex, Brian, I can't name all of them, so there are so many. But thank you for believing this mission and for really, I know how busy you are, in many different things that you're doing, but you took your time to really promote this, and to put this event together and everything. So thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for being here. And I hope you enjoyed the film. And again, don't listen to me, follow your conscience. But if you do, this is not King Kong or Spider-Man. This is a small budget film with a lot of heart. So please tell everybody, pray for us, and spread the word. God bless you, and thank you very much. Thank you.
We have a gentleman here from the Smithsonian Institute, the largest museum in the world, that would like to say some things about Bella.
It's my honor to announce that Bella is the recipient of the prestigious Legacy Award given by the Smithsonian Institute for Bella's positive contributions to the arts and to Latinos. Let's take a look at a DVD which will reveal Bella's positive human spirit. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome the filmmakers. I'd like to bring them down. Give them a round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here and to share this journey with you. Everything started here and now we're here, so we're coming to close in the full circle. I want to introduce Ramon. He is the man of the 1,000 looks. Every time I see him, he looks different. But he plays Eduardo in the film. So let's pause for. this is one of the most beautiful, no, sorry, this is the most beautiful woman in the entire world, my wife. And I never say one of them, it's the one. And she plays the mother of the little girl on the tragedy. So. And I play the lead actor. No, I'm just kidding. My name is Alejandro. I'm the director, the writer, and one of the producers of the film. And I'm here if you guys have any questions or any comments on the film. I will try to answer them or to act like I know the answer. So, if anybody has a question. Was a good student, only in the film classes. The other classes, I was not as good.
What inspired you to write this movie?
More than anything, what really inspired me was the power of media over our youth. The power of media, how media shapes the minds of our societies. You know, Plato once said if he had to pick between governing a city, a nation, he had to choose between politics and art, he will choose art because politics deals with the human behavior, but art goes beyond that and touches and shapes the hearts and minds of our societies. So with that in mind, I look back in my life and a lot of my choices, I was tending to imitate people in the media, and I was living my life very, very crazy, to sum it up. So after I graduated from film school, I didn't want to participate in any project that was going to poison or damage the minds of the youth like I was damaged at one point in my life. So with that really inspired me to make a film that kind of broke stereotypes, you know. The number one stereotype is the love. You know, we think love because it's been portrayed in cinema for many years as man, woman, romance, many cases, sex. So I wanted to create a story, a love story that broke those barriers, a love story that went beyond romance, a love story between two characters that were so broken that their pain became each other's redemption. So with that in mind, you know, I had the mission also to break the stereotype of Latinos in America, to break the stereotype of men, break the stereotype of women that sometimes go through situations like we see in the film, and we're very easy to jump and judge. So I wanted to make a film that if somehow when people leave the theater, they want to love more and judge less. So that's what inspired me. And at the end, what you write is what you know. So a lot of these stories were inspired in true stories. Some of the characters do exist in real life.